right. We are now about to step into a new round where we're deeper than ever. Now, let's be real. It's time to think through the mastermind's thoughts. Let's think of an initial thought the mastermind had. Someone's a problem. So the fact this person's a problem, I'm going to need to deal with them. All simple thinking. And the fact this is simple thinking, to think this way, we have a problem, somebody's a problem. That's simple. Now, if I didn't want myself to be connected in any way or me to be out there, I would have to use decoys. I'd have to find people that have a synonymous motive I knew was stuck to some type of oath or vow. So there had to be an oath or vow within that to know someone wouldn't tell a certain way or I could trust them. If I couldn't do this, I would literally need to make a stronger decoy in a synonymous nature. That means anybody that I put up to the job, I got to know they're going to handle it a certain way. I got to. Because if I think they may tell on me, I have to move in a way where I know that I can trust them. And if I can't trust them, I got to move in a way where they profit from a situation that it would make them not think to do or tell, as any situation would be in a normal person reacting to it. Now, why would I do this? It's for a simple reason. Because in order for me to make a whole environment where a person can get away in, and the plot and planning we'd have to do would have to be synonymous with the nature of what it is we're doing. Does not involve themselves in certain things a certain way, yet they still have the ability to accomplish what it is that I want from them. So what are these accomplishments? The thing is, what are these accomplishments? Where am I going to prescribe or find someone who I deem reliable to speak and react a certain way so that I could accomplish things? Would have to be found somewhere around the synonymous target. So it's easy for me to make a decision that I'm going to get people involved that don't like who I don't like. So this mastermind had to have some level of comprehension or a synonymous mind to those who were involved. If they did not, then it would not be possible for them to act as they did. So there had to be some type that this person had with disliking someone in a certain way or wanting to see something done a certain way. So that would make sense if we're going to allege Trayvon Newsom. So if I'm to look at the fact Trayvon Newsom would allegedly be a suspect, that would be sensible if he was on that video. Now, allegedly, I have contact behind the scenes that's telling me that was not the extent of his power. Matter of fact, someone tells me Trayvon was a boxer. So they do not believe that he was hit like that by Tentacion. That's a very interesting manner, because if we look at things that way, it would make sense why people were saying, well, why is he being brought in? But it also has a past that can be recognized where if someone was to say drama went down because of a situation, it's believable. Believability is the key factor here. Between the difference between a mastermind, what's happening, and who's doing it. It's not only the fake people still doing what they're doing. It's not only the people who are claiming that things are being done that aren't being done here that many people can watch. It's believability. The thing is, when you come on with fake names and you're not out in public saying it, believability is key. Why would these people not show themselves when they're doing it? It's because deep down in their heart, they know if they do that, they know what I'm going to do to who they are is going to be so much more fierce. You can hop on with a fake name saying things about me, but when I absolutely know who you are and I begin speaking about you, it's going to even show more guilt in your persona. That's why they don't hop on with their real names and things. Comprehend that. Follow me. So the mastermind, he started this being able to find people that had a synonymous thought in nature and belief as him. That's why someone would allegedly love that day. That's why the people around, not even affiliated directly, can even say out their mouth, love that day. Because if you're showing up around it and we don't really rock with you, neither does the people around me, you're going to feel more apt to speak and behave however you feel. You're going to be more apt to be suspect in a situation. That's why you carry yourself a certain way. That's why you move a certain way. That's why it's easy for you to make some type of thought process or to make comments on the side and never get objected to questioning or thought, because you're not even a direct affiliate. But again, remember, I told you there was one major mistake, and I'm going to go in tomorrow, because there was a major mistake that was made by the entities around. And the problem is they don't realize it, and we're going to leave it at that. Now, what does this entail for a mastermind? It's not only finding people with a synonymous belief and thought factor, but it's finding someone you can objectify, yes, and you can disagree or agree. You're welcome in the comments below. Let me know. You had to find people that followed some type of street code, because if they get caught and they get life, you're going to expect them all live by the code. You want to hold something over their head. And if you have no blackmail, if it was not blackmail, then it would be their code. Oh, ain't you a gangster? Ain't you a G? But you're getting locked up for it, and they're sitting back watching all this occur while they're in safety. Because once the mastermind gets nailed, what you don't understand, he's going to say, remember I told you about the mastermind charges? That's still not off the table. Listen, here's why everyone's dumb. And this is where the mastermind made his first mistake. Mastermind charges have yet not been applied, which means the expertise coming in to help, the different people being linked to the case, it's not over. They're actually seem to be holding the mastermind charges for you. So there's a reservation for mastermind charges, yet held over a mastermind, even with these 4 people in custody. That should clearly show you the fact not one of them was indicted very quickly in things, that there is someone else in the midst. Now here's the thing, some of the people I've seen giving threats aside from it were allegedly people brought in for questioning. How do they go home and they're all good and well? Matter of fact, the question they should have asked is, how did you make it home? After you were brought in for questioning, how'd you make it home? Because here's the thing about lies. The problem with lies is you need more lies to cover up lies. That's the simple problem. That's the reasoning why you don't lie. Because you need another lie to cover up the lie. So you have to have something to justify why you did something a certain way, regardless of what anyone else around is saying. That's the problem with most people's mentality. So instead of telling a lie, what real masters of the craft do is they learn to take what's truthful and deliver it in a certain way that is to appease the understanding of many different people. That's why certain people do YouTube and other things a certain way, because even if they don't directly say it, you get the idea that they understand the exact connotation of what's going on around them. And what happened is this mastermind no longer can hear the exact verbiage that's coming out of the suspect's mouth. So that's when the panic begins. So this person making those type of paranoid decisions on the side is where mistakes happen. Then if other people around you are getting bagged that are alleged to know something in order to get themselves out, let's just be simple with it. Let's keep it simple and clean. When women start getting bagged and picked up, they do not think like a man. A woman's not going to want to sit in prison for something they didn't explicitly have anything to do with it, let alone a man that had nothing to do with anything. Do you get how the innocent factor works? A belief system is built over time. It's not just abruptly inherited. So the problem was that you inherited these people to go do something, but now they got to think of their lives away from who they love, doing something for someone that they admire. So doing something for someone you admired versus being around those you love, that begins to weigh in on their minds. That's why mastermind charges aren't off the table. It's because you place certain people in a situation that they're being alleged as suspects, let alone the key doers in a situation, but you did not account for the fact of their love for those they had around them before you came calling. And that's what the issue is altogether. So here's the thing. There's tons of liabilities. Liabilities rely solely not on the people at all that are caught, but on everybody else around who chose to speak on it abruptly right after it happened. So to have someone speak on it a certain way, even the liability of people who's on these fake usernames speaking a certain way, you didn't account for them being called out, for them not being seen as simple trolls. And I don't see them as that. I know what they are. All rights reserved.